Oh, to add too. So with this phone that I have, so when I applied for this phone, which is AirTalk, AirVoice or whatever, AT&T, my identification was already in the system and everything, which I knew it was weird. When I got the phone, the SIM card was in it. I thought that was strange. I knew it was tapped. I knew it was being monitored by who? No, I didn't know by who. But I'm pretty sure when I was thinking what I was thinking that it had to do with um, government and or family. Um, they give access to these people to do whatever so that they can destroy me, so that they can have leverage. So everything that I do and say is being recorded. They had hidden cameras placed in here, and when I would have anxiety attacks after being after being attacked with people's energy, having a fear of the person that I was with trying to come and unalive me, they played on my fear. Scarcity tactics. Scarcity tactics. So it's like before I realized that every action caused a reaction, which caused an imbalance in my whole entire aura, my whole freaking energetic field. And then they would just gaslight and play on my mind. So it was hard to get help. And I was getting help. And I was adamant about getting help. I would be the first one to call these mental health providers, which I'm glad I did. Because in the long run, it proves my story. It proves my innocence. It proves me being upright and upstanding and them not doing their job. These counselors, practitioners, whatever you want to call them, they abuse their power for whatever gain. I'm pretty sure I was being studied, experimented on. I was in these hospitals, and when I would look at the reports, they lied on them. And there was, don't get me wrong, there was a time where I was so anxious that I did not even want to be in one. And if I was in one, I would just walk around all over because I would just think, freaking, what is it? Active shooter. Some of these places didn't even do good security checks. They would have lasers pointing out pointing at me through the glass windows in some of the hospitals, like the one in Hillcrest. There was a time I was in there and I was just like walking to the clerk desk and then walking back, and they would like walk on my steps. Like every step that I took, they would take. So what else is a person supposed to think? They had called lockdown, and I run into the back before the doors closed, and I'm asking them like, why did you guys call for a lockdown? Like, what's happening? And they told me that that's not what they did. I'm not deaf, nor am I dumb. There was a situation where I needed what is it? Fluids. And I woke up from dozing off, I guess, and the, I don't know what you call it, but the tube was actually extracting my blood. It was extracting my blood. How is that so? I didn't know it at the time. The nurse just came in there and was just like, oh. And I'm just like, I went to Paradise Hills Crisis Behavior Center or whatever. Told them that I did, shoot up. However, I didn't have any needles that had the needle tip in them. And they wanted to take my blood, and they didn't even do that with profession. They ran around the hospital saying, we don't really do this, we don't really take blood. And they had to call whoever they called for assistance. And when they took my blood, they weren't professional at all. The dude had ripped gloves. And I was like, no, no. And mid shot, he was just like, I can't. And then he like rips his finger out of the glove to get a vein. That same day, the security guard was like, he had to go get checked because he stabbed himself. I know for a fact he didn't stab himself. And they kept asking me, you don't have anything I should worry about, and I'm like, no, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. And then they proceeded to take more blood from me. To this day, I don't even know what they were taking blood for, nor do I have any results. I would go in there and tell them, like, I'm having PTSD. I have anxiety attacks, this, that, and the third, but I know it's from PTSD. They would not diagnose me with PTSD at all. And there's times where yeah, you have your whole family betray you and try to set you up. I'm not paranoid anymore, but of course I'm gonna look around. Of course I'm gonna check the closets, this, that, and the third. Unless I know that I've been here by myself all day. That's being cautious. I know that I'm protected, but these people are diabolical, so I'm not putting nothing past them. Although I'm protected, I'm still check. Soon I won't have to do that in certain environments. Until then, I'm doing that. These people, they placed their demons on me. And I slayed every demon. And now they're having a terrible, catastrophic, it's not funny, but I know these people are going through it. They're going through what I had to go through. Why not? And they are wondering how I did it. How did I, what did I do? I'm glad that I could be a leader. Allow me to lead. It's okay to accept your own faults and change. Change is inevitable. It's up to you if you want the change to work in your favor or not. What else? Yeah, they had like other um like food places and stuff, restaurants take my order wrong, put something in my drink. They recently just cut off my food stamps with no valid reason. But you know, like Tupac said, if they take it all back, will I still keep the courage? Yes. So this is a this is a learning experience for not just me, for a multitude. I'm trying to think about what else, because I mean, I am sure that I am like, I mean, everything was, important. However, I need to call out these things that were detrimental. Um, yeah, MCRT, the MCRT buses, freaking. I'm not one to be nasty or rude or anything, and when I'm in a vulnerable state and I realize that people are playing on my emotions and on my mental, then it's like, okay, what I'm about to do is not something that I want to do. However, I still will go into these places to seek help because I know I wanted to help, but they didn't really help me. I knew everything was being watched and recorded in those vans or whatever. Like, I am pretty sure they have my sessions. And I actually want to see them because I kid you not, these it is a learning experience. Like, if they were to come to me and actually tell me that this is what was happening, this, that, and the third, I would feel more. I mean, I don't want to say I'd be more grateful, but I'd be more content with the fact that although this was done in secret, which is not okay, although it was done in secret, I'm glad that I was an example to learn from or whatever, because when I tell you that I would pour out my heart in these sessions and gather myself in a way that these people probably was saying that I was crazy, but no, it was me having my emotions and knowing that I'm in an emotional state and expressing myself, but then gathering myself. And like I told them, it wasn't a mental breakdown, it was a mental breakthrough. And with the gang stalkers, I think they like I said, they like lessen their sentences or something. They give them, some of them do get drugs for what they are doing. Um, they like just get a crime free spree for however long. So it's like they're being victimized too. And a lot of them, they like go get their plasma taken for money. If only you guys really knew what they're doing with the plasma. When we go to get our blood drawn and stuff, do you really think that they need all those vials of blood? No. Going to the hospital and signing papers, it is like you're signing your body away, your life away, even to be experimented on, to be tortured, dissected, without knowing. But if you know, you know. Oh yeah, I would even go, when I would go to the ER, they would always try to place me in the room with the freaking Jesus cross. That would freak me out. Cause I always thought, well, Jesus was sacrificed. Are they trying to sacrifice me? But now I look at it as, oh, they know I'm chosen, and even if they were trying to sacrifice me, I wasn't gonna have it. So yeah. And it was probably part of the scarcity tactics too. I'm not gonna ever rule anything out, so I always say all of the above. Cause these people played every hand. They threw out every card. And I still came out on top. So yeah, I know that this will be all over the news. And I am a millionaire. I said it, so it shall be, so it is. Manifesting at my finest.